Guys, get my 6. We are back in the valley of the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch. And there's some strange goings on today. As you can see, it's raining around me. It's windy. The weather was calling for this, but not until sometime later in the day. When I came out here, it was clear. I got up here in this valley and it's like this storm came from out of nowhere. Tops have been being blown out of trees, but the wind stopped enough for me to start recording. If I'd have tried earlier, you wouldn't have been able to hear me. So guys, this was supposed to be a very fun video, and it's still going to be very fun even though we're getting wet and even though I feel like I'm being watched. So again, make sure to get my 6 big time. We haven't been up here in a while, not since we found that ledge underneath that boulder where we found firewood and the end of a gray squirrel tail. Guys, watch for movement in the treetops and on the ground. I feel like I'm being watched. This is going to be a very interactive Bigfoot Sasquatch video because I've got to do something to keep me from feeling nervous while I'm in this valley making my way up to that cave. So we're going to play a game. It's called Urban Myth or Fact. I'm going to go ahead and start moving. Keep getting my 6. Here comes those winds again. Guys, this is a game my son and I play. This is a board game. You've probably heard of it. We play this at bedtime. We play this at bedtime after we've read books. We're still not quite ready to go to sleep. Watch my 6 again. Now, I'm going to do something really neat here. I'm going to be able to tell you whether you're right or wrong. I'm going to read you a question. I'm going to read a statement, and I want you to write either myth or fact. I got to keep an eye on my surroundings here, guys. The winds are picking up. Make sure to be keeping an eye on my surroundings too. I swear I feel like I'm being watched. So, here we go. I'm going to read a statement, and you say whether you think it's a myth or fact. Just write it in the comments, okay? Here we go. This is, and this is cool, you know. We know that most of our viewers are over the age of 55. We look at the analytics on the channel, and I think I know why that is. I think because that age group misses just clean, fun, lack of profanity, lack of nudity, and that's what we are here. It's clean. We don't cuss. It's kind of like a PG-rated channel. So when it comes to celebrity, I think this is an older board game. Okay, fact or myth? Celebrity. Janis Joplin, and see, this is what I mean. When I don't read these with my son because he doesn't know who Janis Joplin is. Now, here's what you got to do in the comment section. Write either myth or true. Janis Joplin's will called for her executor to throw a party at her favorite pub for 200 of her closest friends. Is that a myth or is that true? Here today, we're in the valley of the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch. This is the valley of truth or myth today because of this game and because of what we're looking for. Keep getting my 6. I'm going to give you a view of the other side here. Okay, I'm reading your answers in the comment section. Most of you are wrong. Oh, there's the right answer. True. This one's true. Janis Joplin's will actually called for her executor to have a party at her favorite pub for 200 of her closest friends. How did you do that, Crazy Lake? How did you know what we were going to write while you were still recording the video? How can you make this interactive? This is pre-recorded, yet you knew what we were going to write. How'd you do that? Well, what's that? Is something behind me? Oh, I wish I'd have brought my circles and squares. I always feel safer in the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch forest when I have my circles and squares. Well, yeah, I remember one guy commented on a video that he knew I had actual experiences with the paranormal, and he felt that I was a wizard and that I'm perhaps conjuring up these entities in the forest with my black magic. Is that how I knew what you were going to write while I was recording this video hours before it was even uploaded and published from the valley of the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch? Potentially. The cave's around here somewhere. All right, next one. Celebrity. Well, no, let's go on to here's business. See how many business people are out there. I hope this isn't destroying my new iPhone 11. Okay, myth or fact? Keep getting my 6. Something out here is creeping me out. I can't hear anything walking today because everything's wet. That would be great if they couldn't hear me walking either, but they can hear me talking. Let's watch. Let's get full 360 security. All right, here you go. Myth or fact? Nylon was named for a conflation of New York and London, the two cities in which DuPont debuted its revolutionary product in 1939. Fact or myth? You're right, you're wrong. No, you've got to say either fact or myth. You can't write that and expect me to... Yeah, I caught you. I see the cave. That was myth. Who knows why nylon was called nylon? Because that's not why. It's a myth. All right, is it just me, or did I see something black moving back there? Man, I might have to go sit in this cave. I see it up here. I might have to sit in here and stay dry from the rain. Okay, classics. It's going to be slippery. The height of the Eiffel Tower changes by as much as 6 inches depending on the temperature outside. Myth or fact? That is true. That's a fact. That's pretty easy to understand too, with expansion and contraction because of temperature. Things get cold, they contract, they shrink, they get warm, they heat up, they expand, they get bigger. Oh my goodness, hiking up this hill, and I already ran 3 miles this morning. I was already cream crackered for our friends in England. That means tired to my fellow Americans. Before I came out here because I ran kind of hard today. All right. Keep getting my 6 and keep playing this interactive Bigfoot Sasquatch game here in the Valley of Truth or Myth. Nature. Very appropriate because we're out in nature. Has to do with water, and we're getting wet today. Here we go. Nature. Whales that beach themselves. Watch down there in the valley, huh? Whales that beach themselves aren't intentionally committing suicide. Scientists believe sand throws off their sonar. The heck is that? Looks like a beached whale. So, whales that beach themselves are not intentionally committing suicide. Scientists believe sand throws off their sonar. Myth or fact? True or false? That one is true. That's true. So I remember hearing that. People used to say that beached whales were intentionally committing suicide because they mate for life, and when their mate dies, they beach themselves. Sorry guys, stop trying to give human emotional characteristics to animals, because it doesn't happen, it doesn't exist. Not knocking all you dog people, but animals have instincts, not emotions. I'm a bad guy for saying that, I bet, but whatever. It's science. Google it. Here we are in the cave. I found the cave. Ugh. Got anything else in here? Let's see. See, here's our cave. We're dry. We're not getting wet. Well, here's what I'm observing, guys, and you can observe it with me. We've made it back to the cave in the valley of the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch. See, doing this game, I know you're having fun, but it kept me from feeling freaked out all the way up here, because I felt, not so much up here, but when I entered the valley down there, I felt like I was being followed and watched. Strangely, not by something big, but by something small. I don't know, could have been a bear, could have been a squirrel. But here's what I'm noticing. We're back in the cave, and you know, we found the end of that gray squirrel tail up here last time. It's not here now. The firewood's still here. It's been moved around a little bit. But the tail's gone. Here's part of a feather of some sort. Holy cow. That's one of my chicken feathers from one of my dead chickens from like this past spring. You guys remember that when stuff was killing my chickens? I was saying it was potentially Bigfoot Sasquatch, and now look what we found. Buried. Oh my heavens. Oh, the terror. It's nice under this rock. It's kind of warm. Well, it appears as if I may have put my t-shirt on upside down today. What a strange day this is. Here we go, nature. See if anybody's trying to come in the back door on us here. Nature. Most birds eat between 1/4 to 1/2 of their total body weight each day. True, that one was easy. Here's one for you fellow homesteaders out there. See if you know this or not. Nature. Chickens don't sit on their eggs. They actually squat over them. Myth or truth? Fact or fiction? Well, that's true. They actually, wow, no wonder they lose so much weight. And you know, that's why you got to watch those broody hens. If those eggs aren't actually fertilized, those hens will die because they're not just sitting there. They're actually doing squats for like 20, how many days? 21 days, 22 days, 28 days. Well, guys, it's weird. It felt really eerie here earlier, but it feels okay now. I think it's time for us to head on back down the valley because I got a long way home. I ran 3 miles and then spent the last hour hiking up here. I don't know how much worse the rain's going to get. Like I said, it wasn't supposed to come until later, but me, in appropriate stay weird fashion, came out anyway. I ain't got the sense to get in out the rain, I reckon. Keep getting my 6. Some took a squirrel's tail. Now that squirrel's tail, that is a great question of the day. I did not take it. I left it there because it wasn't mine to take. But now it's gone. So it's like something took their squirrel's tail and took it somewhere else. It's like they took their ball and went home. But they left their chicken feather that used to be part of my chicken. Wow, that chicken got killed like 9 months ago. Is that a message? And was that chicken feather even there last time we were here? It could have been. I just didn't dig it out, you know? Oh, Bigfoot Sasquatch. Potential Bigfoot Sasquatch. You confuse me with your mixed messages. Even here in your valley of myth and fact and fiction, why all these mixed messages, potential Bigfoot Sasquatch? Why can't you just come out and show yourself? Again. Yeah, I said again. And those of you who've been following for a long time know exactly why I said again. Those of you who don't get it, you don't look close enough. Or maybe you're just blinded by your complete lack of belief. If you don't believe, why do you watch these things anyway? So you can come on here and tell us how smart you are and how dumb we are? Really? Here's what I found out about people. People who tell you they have all this money usually don't. People who tell you about all the great things they did usually didn't. And the people who go on and on about how smart they are usually aren't. It's just an observation I made through almost 46 years of walking around on this crazy planet with all these strange bipedal primates that I Can't even begin to understand. Whoa, what was that? Classics. Don't rewind and look at the answer. Eel skin wallets made from electric eels react with the magnetic strip on the back of bank cards, rendering them unreadable by ATM machines. Who comes up with this stuff? That's a myth. It sounds like it could be real, but it's not. Okay. Let's go with another one. Well, there's like 1,000 cards in this game, and that's a good thing, because I brought about 50 of them up, and I think they're being ruined by the rain. Man, I hope you guys are getting my 6. We're getting down in the valley again, and this is where I felt some weird vibes on the way up. Nature. A Washington woman. Well, I got a story about a Washington woman. I used to live out there. A Washington woman with a beehive hairdo had to have her head shaved when doctors who were trying to diagnose her recent sickness found a nest of poisonous spiders living in her hair. Myth or truth? That one is a myth. Let me tell you a true story. I saw this on the news yesterday. I don't watch news because it really poisons your mind. But this was a really good human interest piece, and I saw it while my son and I were out eating subs at a gas station. My son has this thing he likes to do. He likes to hang out at gas stations. That is, gas stations that have like little cookeries or little eateries. He just likes it, so we'll do it. We'll go down to the gas station and get a Slurpee, get him a hot dog, get me a sandwich or whatever. We sit there. So we were at one such place yesterday, and they're telling this story about, I'm afraid to wipe the camera because I'm afraid it'll make it blurrier. Let's see. Is that any better? So there's this woman in Washington, young woman, like early 20s, beautiful, and she intentionally had her stomach removed. Here's what's going on. Her father, sadly, had come down with brain cancer, and he was dying, and so they were doing all these tests, trying to figure out how to help him, what's going on, and you guys getting my 6? Oh, here's a tree bend. Check out this tree bend. I almost walked right by it. So, I got to get my 12 or you're getting my 6. I'm telling you guys, I am not alone in here. It's windy. I thought I saw something duck down behind the hill over there. I'm not going to go check it out because there's a creek over there. I know that, and I went there last time and got really weird feelings around that creek. So anyway, they checked her dad out, did all these tests, and they found out, aside from the brain cancer, he also had this very rare disease that like acted in by giving you stomach cancer. And this is what it said on the news, so it's probably half true, half not true. But they said that if you do develop stomach cancer, your chances of surviving past 5 years is like less than 20%. Basically, it's a death sentence. And so they found out he had this disease. They found out it was hereditary. He ended up dying, succumbing to the brain cancer. And you know, the brain cancer took his life. But the daughter, who again, like early 20s, she looks 19. She decided to have herself tested for this rare disease. Turns out she had it. She had inherited it from her father. And so she told the doctor, she said, remove my stomach, take my stomach out. And they're like, seriously? And she's like, yeah, get rid of it. So she finally found a surgeon, I think, out of Kentucky. And by the way, they just came up with the list of the best doctors in America. 1/3 of UVA Hospital's doctors were on that list. A full 1/3 of all the doctors at UVA Hospital made that list of the best doctors in America. Isn't that amazing? So anyway, So I want to give a shout out to the doctors at UVA, the staff, the nurses, the people that clean the rooms. It's one of the best hospitals in the world. So anyway, this young lady had her stomach removed. She had it tested, and it turns out, we're going to see if we can get some 360 stuff here. She already had stomach cancer. I swear I thought I saw something. Where did it go? I'm heading back down to the car, guys. I'm getting out of here. But anyway, her stomach did have cancer. However, they got it out. They got her stomach out of her in time to where she doesn't have it anywhere else as of now. And they attached her esophagus straight to her small intestine. She's got to eat small portions pretty much all day, but she's alive, she's healthy. And what a strange series of events that her father died from brain cancer. Even though he had a disease that should have given him stomach cancer, and had that not happened, and had he contracted stomach cancer years later, this girl would have died. So it's as if her father had to die from brain cancer so that she would live. Isn't that amazing? That's just, I don't know if most people who saw that story even put enough thought into that to see that strange connection of events there. And that's not, in my opinion, coincidence. It's too coincidental to be a coincidence. It's what I call the magic of the universe. There's something out there greater than us. There are things between heaven and earth that we cannot even begin to understand, in my humble opinion. I'm getting home. I'm going to finish my hike down over the hill back to my house because it's raining. I'm soaking wet. We played our game. We had a very interactive potential Bigfoot Sasquatch hunt here in this video. I'm going to review the tape. You review the tape. Let me know. Give me timestamps if you think you saw him, her, it, or they, or anything else. I'm going to check your answers to the game. Come back. If you enjoyed the game, let me know. We'll do a round 2 next time. And we will see you next time for more here at PBS. As the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch show.